College football bracketology heading into week 5. So how I do it is we count down from 25 up and see all the teams that made the college football playoffs. Here I got South Florida, have them dropping another game throughout the season, but making the conference championship and ultimately winning the conference championship, being the highest ranked group of 5 team. That's why they're in the yellow. I think Bama still has a couple games they will drop, leaving them at 8-4, barely inside the top 20. And I think Florida State will drop a couple games too. 1 to Miami and 2 more along the way. I'm gonna cover up a lot of the playoff picture here, but down below you can see Tennessee going 9-3, but in this case they lost games to Georgia, Alabama, Oklahoma, and I don't think that's enough to get them in. Notre Dame runs the table, but because of some tiebreaker and some teams overperforming, I have them barely missing out at 14th. And I had to do that because I had to put them below Texas A&M, who has the tiebreaker over Notre Dame. Texas A&M went into Notre Dame and won. My first team out, I have Washington going 10-2 with losses to Ohio State and Oregon, and that shows the first team in. I have Indiana going 10-2 with losses to Penn State and Oregon, being very competitive those losses, therefore barely grabbing the last spot. I have Georgia Tech running the table up until the Georgia game, losing the Georgia game, and then losing the conference championship. It sounds like a lot there at the end, but going into that Georgia game, they will probably be like a top 5 team. I think they would stay in. I have Texas going 9-3, and personally, with their big brand that they have, I think they make it into the playoffs as the only 9-3 team. I then have Oklahoma going 10-2. Then I have Texas Tech going 12-1, losing a game during the regular season, but winning the conference championship. And then Georgia going 11-1 throughout the season, and then losing the conference championship. So South Florida got the 12 seed because they're the last group of 5 team in, and then the rest of the teams have theirs allotted seeds. Then we'll keep going. Oregon is 5th. I have them losing to Penn State, but then running the rest of the table, but unfortunately not making the Big Ten championship game. 4th, I have Ohio State going 12-0 throughout the season, but then losing the conference championship game to Penn State down there, who's number 3. I have LSU going 11-1 throughout the season, but then winning the conference championship game against Georgia. And then I have Miami being the only team to fully run the table, going 13-0. This is how the playoffs would look, and this is me projecting. This is your week 5 bracketology.